Good morning. It's the last day of September. That would be the 30th. And while I'm speaking to you, Netanyahu is working with Trump on a deal to free all the hostages, to end the war in Gaza. But the annexation question is looming over their heads, because there are properties, so to speak, that will be up for Israel's taking. So Netanyahu has stressed that Israel's priorities are the release of hostages and the dismantling of Hamas and the demilitarization of Gaza. And he confirmed on Sunday that his government is working closely with the U.S. President Donald Trump's team on a proposal to end the war in Gaza. However, he made no mention of discussions about annexing Judea and Samaria. And that is a key demand of his coalition partners, even as Trump declared last week that he would not allow such a move. But speaking to Fox News, Netanyahu said the discussions concerning the Gaza deal were advancing, but not yet complete. We're working on it, he said. It has not been finalized yet, but we are working with President Trump's team as we speak, and I am hoping that we can make it a goal. He stressed that Israel's priorities were the release of hostages, the dismantling of Hamas, and the demilitarization of Gaza. And the Prime Minister described Trump as an incredible ally of Israel, pointing to his recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, U.S. backing of Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights, and airstrikes on the Iranian nuclear facilities earlier this year. So, has Netanyahu got it right? Is Trump 110% for Israel in all instances? I don't think that's quite the case. It sounds good coming from Netanyahu in the middle of this delicate situation, as I will call it. And so while he was responding to criticism that he influences U.S. policy, Netanyahu said, President Trump does what he does because he decides what's in America's best interest. I don't decide a thing for President Trump. But according to Axios, White House envoy Steve Witkoff and senior advisor Jared Kushner was scheduled to meet with Netanyahu in New York to close the remaining gaps in this current plan. And Trump has said negotiations are in the final stages and predicted the deal could lead to a broader peace across the region. I have my doubts about there ever being a broader peace across the region. And I say that because anti-Semitism is a disease that has infected the world, and it has no cure in sight. So where Israel is concerned, we must have to consider anti-Semitism at all times. So the quotes come as Israel faces increasing international pressure after nearly 2 years of war in Gaza, with attention also turning to a different issue, annexation. In July, the Knesset voted overwhelmingly in favor of a symbolic resolution supporting sovereignty in Judea and Samaria. Finance Minister Benzel Smotrich and National Security Minister Itmar Ben-Gvir both pressed for advancing settlements in projects in the area. But how would the world look at that, the anti-Semitic world? So there was a following meeting with Arab and Muslim leaders last week, and Trump pledged he would not allow annexation, a statement that directly contradicts the goals of Netanyahu's coalition partners. So we have a situation where Israel is leaning one way, Trump is leaning the other way, and parties outside those two are wondering what is going to happen. So I think we have to pay close attention to what's going on in that part of the world. And we have to recognize that anti-Semitism will always play a part in any decisions that are made. It is always subtly in the background. So I leave you with that this morning. I hope it was interesting enough for you all. Bye.
Thank you.